The Democratic Alliance can today reveal that the US dollars hidden inside a couch on the Phala farm of President Cyril Ramaphosa were not declared to the South African Revenue Service upon entering South Africa. The DA obtained this information directly from SARS following a request submitted in terms of the Promotion of Access to Information Act. Towards the end of last year, Mr. Ramaphosa claimed that he had received $580,000 from Mr. Hazim Mustafa, a Sudanese national, as payment for cattle as part of a legitimate business transaction. In turn, Mustafa claimed in media interviews that he had complied with the requirement to declare the money to SARS officials at OR Tambo Airport upon entering South Africa. The SARS custom policy on excess currency stipulates that every person must declare foreign currency upon arrival in the country, and failure to adhere to this is a criminally prosecutable offence. To verify Mr. Ramaphosa and Mustafa's claims that this was indeed a legitimate business transaction using foreign currency that had legally entered the country, I submitted a PIA request in December 2022 to obtain the relevant customs declaration forms that Mr. Mustafa would have submitted to declare the $580,000 that he was bringing into the country. The DA has now received the response from SARS, with them confirming that the record does not exist and or cannot be found. And this was accompanied by an affidavit from a senior legal specialist in SARS Corporate Legal Services Department. In his affidavit, the individual confirms that on or around the 17th of January, engagements within the SARS department were undertaken and that the record does not exist or has not been found. The response by SARS means that we now know that the president of South Africa had hidden dirty dollars which had entered the country illegally inside a couch on his game farm. It renders Mr. Ramaphosa's claim that these funds were merely the proceeds of a business transaction frankly impossible to believe, because legitimate business transactions are usually not hidden from SARS inside a couch. It now seems more likely than ever that Mr. Ramaphosa may have been in possession of these dirty dollars for illicit or corrupt purposes. The information also adds further credence to the findings of the Section 89 panel's report that there exists prima facie evidence that Mr. Ramaphosa may have violated the Constitution, the Prevention of Combating Corrupt Activities Acts, as well as his oath of office to hold up all law of the Republic. The ANC last year abused its majority in the National Assembly to reject the panel's report, and Mr. Ramaphosa vowed to overturn it in court. However, the Constitutional Court last week denied him direct access to challenge the panel's findings. Should Mr. Ramaphosa turn to another court in a desperate bid to avoid accountability for his possession of dirty dollars and the subsequent cover-up of the theft at Phala, the DA will introduce this new information from SARS as evidence that the panel's report must stand. We will also submit this information to National Assembly Speaker Nosivima Pisat-Nakula as yet another reason why she must now accede to the DA's request for the urgent establishment of an ad hoc committee to fully expose the truth behind the president's dirty dollars.